All right, and we are live tonight from the Outer Rim in what is another gorgeous night here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Holotable Hall here. And I got my man, Cubs fan Hans. Say hello, Cubs.
What's going on, Urza? Dude, we're not live.
Well,
Like, we're literally recording this, and nobody's watching.
we are recorded tonight.
You're such a streamer.
Yes. Well, we're live somewhere, right? Cubs, we've got some important topics to talk about tonight.
So important. Yes.
3 on my channel, 3 on your channel. You guys know how we do it here.
It's been a while, too, by the way. It feels wrong. You know, shame, but we've both been so busy.
Yes, a couple of family men. So let's start to kick it off right here. We have this post, this big post on Reddit over here. It is about the community survey and community feedback. You and I both took the survey, kind of got the results here, and we're going to leave the top question, which is your overall SWGOH. How would you rate SWGOH overall? We're going to leave that for your channel. We'll cover that over on your stuff. But overall, some interesting findings to glean here. We have the most popular game mode being events, then followed up by Grand Arena. What do you think about that?
I think I'm surprised to see events so high. I mean, I enjoy them, but I think included in events is going to be stuff like Malik's event and Padme's event. Pretty controversial events, right? And so I'm a bit intrigued by that. Maybe they're thinking more like military might and stuff like that. So I don't know what people are thinking here. Maybe it's a bit too broad. But Grand Arena being up there, that totally makes sense to me. I think Grand Arena is the best thing going for Galaxy of Heroes right now. If it weren't for Grand Arena, my interest would be waning in this game right now. But Grand Arena really keeps me going. Yeah,
and I will say that there is something special about the events. I know Padme was extremely painful for you, but the fact that I, was able to get my community to rally around and help me get these characters and have content to stream for basically 3 days in a row. There's something to have. There's something to say there. So, and
3 days in a row of failure.
Until
you finally got it.
Well, guys, we're gonna have to level up Asajj from nothing to G12.
But hey, you needed that. I'm glad that the event got you there because you need an Asajj, man. Like, how did you not have You're doing Grand Arena streaming for the people, and the people in the hall didn't have Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, I had a couple guys just like, no, bro, we're getting Asajj right now. Enough of this.
You gotta have Dikembe Mutombo going, no, not in my house.
Waving the finger, yeah.
Not in my hall.
All right, so that is the top game modes. Any other things we want to hit on here? The number one thing a lot of people were saying was the gear crunch is just brutal and panic farming. Power creep as well. All scored very high in terms of the biggest concerns. Out of those 3, power creep, gear crunch, and panic farming, what would you say is number 1 right now in your book?
I'm going to say gear crunch. And the reason why is I feel like with the Gear 12 Plus, it is so challenging to get a maxed out character nowadays. I mean, I've had Darth Revan since day 1 of his event, and I still don't have the last Gear 12 Plus piece added to him. Because I'm not a top 3 finisher in the Sith raid, every raid, because my guild is ultra competitive. And so I think that gear crunch is a massive issue in this game, especially when you get to the later gear tiers. Now, I don't mind waiting to farm up a character. I don't mind grinding out a character, but the amount of changes in meta we've had, the amount of new teams we've had coming at us, and how hard it is to get that Gear 12 Plus right now, as a player who spends a decent amount on this game, I'm no whale, but I'm a pretty, I'm a well-fed dolphin at this point. I feel like I'm drowning in gear, and I've been playing since December 2015. It's crazy.
And that's a great point. It just takes us into our last little piece I wanted to cover here. So 40% of the players have been playing for 36 or more months, and that's. I imagine that number is kind of shrinking. We're seeing that kind of go down. You and I have both seen a lot of people move on from our communities. It's an important point to make here. The game has certainly seen better days, and hopefully One of the other points we're going to be talking about here is the TB and new game modes. We got to start seeing some new stuff here to really amp up the excitement, get people back into the game.
Yes.
Is TB the thing that's going to be doing this? Because I got to tell you, Cubs, TB is my least favorite game mode right now. And I got to remind myself to go back when it first started. It was challenging and not a chore. So, where do you come out on TB?
The last tag you added, I think, is what I'm holding on to, and that is that when we first got territory battles, it was really exciting. Actually, I thought it was amazing at first. I mean, there was some controversy with Hoth, Rebel, Scout, and Soldier, and that kind of thing. So I think that kind of maybe tainted the rollout. And then Dark Side territory battles was bugged as hell when it first hit, and so that kind of took a little bit of the excitement out of it. But by and large, I felt like territory battles was a really exciting new way to play this game. My hesitation with that is we now know how to play territory battles. And so how much is this going to change? And will it just feel like the same thing, just with a different skin? I'm really hoping they change it up enough. I know we've kind of got this hinted mini raid kind of thing. I really hope that it's a lot different and that it takes a lot to figure out, because we need something challenging and new right now desperately. And if it's pretty much the same old, then that's going to be an issue, I think.
And that is my main concern right now with it. If this is what they're bringing out next, with the interest waning as it is right now, it's going to be highly problematic for a lot of people, because I can tell you it's not what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Grand Arena Championships, and I think anything that allows us a good platform to stream and be unique on, I'm all in. But this TB thing is, I don't know.
We'll see. Hope for the best, but I'm kind of ready for the worst.
Yeah. Okay, last thing we're going to cover on my channel here is the two reworks with Newt and Dooku. Have you had a chance to look at the kits? Let's start with Dooku. A lot of anti-Galactic Republic synergy there. What are your takeaways on Dooku?
I love it, and I want to find a really good team to use Talzin with, because with Dooku, you're going to add immediate healing immunity that can't be dispelled on top of those characters, and if you can have Plague underneath them as well, it's going to make Plague an undispellable debuff. And right now it's undispellable, but as soon as you heal up, it's good, and there's just so much healing in a lot of these teams. And so that's what I'm the most excited about personally. I've done some testing. I've found some teams that make it work. I haven't found anything that I'm super happy with enough to make a video on yet, but I'm personally really excited about that synergy. And I also love the animation he's got on his new ability, because it's that exact same stance and lightsaber move he makes when he sees Obi-Wan and Anakin on Geonosis. So I think it's great. So yeah, I love the Dooku rework, but I love the Newt rework way more.
Yeah, one more thing I wanted to add on the Dooku rework. Very interesting ability, that riposte or riposte, or however you say it.
What? You don't know how to say it too?
I heard you on one of your videos earlier. You were like, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but attacks out of turn, ignore protection, cannot be copied. Very interesting stuff. And I see, I think Arnold put out a video with Asajj there, or not Asajj, Savage. Doing some stuff. Pretty interesting.
I didn't watch the video, but I saw the notification. So
yeah, there you go. Let's move over to Newt, and Newt looks very cool. And I feel like, here's my take on Newt. I feel like whenever they make these weird abilities like extortion and then extortion into profit, it's just it's super interesting. Like you're going to remove extortion, recover 10% health, grant separatist enemies profit, and then profit does all these stacks of off or critical damage and critical chance and stuff. That looks super cool. That looks like something that could get totally out of hand really quickly. It's just like, so I read that and I'm like, this is going to get totally changed or errata down the road, where they're just going to pull it out and have to change it. And poor Newt looks like he probably would get hit again with some sort of raid restriction down the road if this turns out to be really good. So I don't know. What do you think about Newt?
I did a decent amount of testing with Newt, and I didn't see anything that looked too OP to me. It wasn't actually working as well as I wanted it to be honest.
Okay.
So I don't think we need to worry about it, but I just, from a lore standpoint, I just think it fits him so much. It's one of my favorite lore kits. I mean, you've got different kinds of kits. Like you've got a Jedi Revan or a Darth Revan kit, where they're basically just making them OP.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they're doing. And then you've got kits like Newt where it's like, okay, this legit fits with his character. This is amazing. And that's probably my favorite lore kit in the game. And I'm thinking, you and me, we're working on a music video, right?
Yeah.
Right now. I feel like we need to do a Newt music video where we're doing the Snoop Dogg song, except for it's Newt. What do you say?
My Snoop Dogg knowledge is pretty limited. It's like, mid 90s.
You don't know the Snoop song?
I know like Snoop Dogg, Yeah, I don't
need
know.
to do that, but
we
with
could do
Newt.
Newt Dogg.
How do you? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Why not?
There you go.
Like he's a thug. I mean, he's a gangster. Come on.
He's a thug.
Look at him.
All right, guys. We are wrapping up here, but we've got 3 more important topics over at Cubs channel. We hope you join us over there. And thank you so much, Cubs. Any parting words for the Hall?
Let's get Urzatron to 10,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Please sub to Urzatron after you sub to PewDiePie.
And PewDiePie said he ended that whole thing. It's done. The drama
Oh,
is
the
done.
campaign's over?
The campaign is over.
Well, still subscribe to PewDiePie just because it's what you do. You're human, you sub to PewDiePie. It's that simple.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Good night from the Outer Rim.